Mr. Thompson. Oh, good evening, Mr. Habib. Let's take it one after the other. You're welcome, sir.
Okay,
Can
thank
I
you.
go?
Yes, feel free. Mr. Thompson goes first, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I I have I once applied for a financial aid on Coursera, which I've gotten, and I applied for a specialization. So when the financial aid came in, I saw that it was for a course, the first course in that specialization. I was thinking the financial aid was for the full specialization. So after I've completed the first course, I wanted to do the second course. So when I'm done with the week everything in the week, I wanted to take the that's the test. So I wasn't allowed to take the test. They said that I have not paid for that particular course. I became very surprised. Like the financial aid wasn't it for the specialization. So I later found out that it was for the first course in that specialization. So I don't know whether to apply for financial aid in all the rest of the courses. I don't know which one.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Thompson. Thank you. We will attend to that question. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Habib,
Abeg,
please.
where we fit
Yeah,
go speak?
Mr.
I
Habib,
fit pull.
you have the floor, sir.
Okay.
Please, could you be more audible, sir?
Yeah, I say my question is regarding the essay for applying for financial aid.
Okay.
You said for instead of for a particular course, like maybe different set or maybe 6, 5 to 6, 7 different set and things of that. So my question now is, can I use that one essay that I use to apply for the first course, apply for the second, for the third, and the rest of them? Is that possible?
Okay. Okay, I've gotten your question. I've gotten your question. Perhaps let me allow Mr. Caleb to react to Thompson's question, and then we'll react to your question, and then Mr. Samuel's question. Okay? Yes, you're welcome. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Caleb, please, could you start with any of the question? Please, I advise we all mute ourselves. Please, it is Mr. Thompson. Yes, please, let's move to Mr. Caleb. Please, you have the floor. Hello, Mr. Caleb. Hello, Mr. Caleb.
Okay, can you all hear me? Good evening.
Yes, we can hear you. You have the floor. Can you react to the questions?
All right. For Mr. Thompson, just like the UX design we did, okay. Sorry, can you mute yourself if you are not talking, please? So for Mr. Thompson,
Okay, I have admitted.
okay. So for Mr. Thompson, just like the UX design we did just now, you see that the course has 7 series. So the financial aid you are applying for course 1 only covers for course 1. So if you are to do the second series, you need to apply financial aid for the second series. So
Okay.
that is it. Then for the other question, the essay you use for course 1 can also be used for course 2. However, I would advise that if you are to do a second course on the same specialization, you can just change your essay that you've done the first course and you want to continue the second course to get more understanding. about the course. So you can just be editing the essay. Basically, it's not any big deal. Just be editing little things. Just tell them you finish the first one, you want to continue the second one to get more understanding about the course. So that's basically that. So the essay you use for course one can also be used for course two, but just edit the name of the course and the series. So that is it. So I think for Mr. Otokwa's question, I'll need to share my screen again and show everybody again how to apply for financial aid. But before I do that, I'll give the mic back to Mr. Franklin if there are other questions before we share the screen. Over to you, Mr. Franklin.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, concerning Mr. Habib's question, Mr. Habib, can I react to your question? You asked if you can use the essay that we are going to provide you to, you know, for all Coursera financial aid applications. Yes, you can use the essay, but what we are asking you to is don't copy the essay verbatim, but rather read.
Hello, sorry. Are you answering my question?
Yes, I am. I am. Can you hear
No,
me?
that wasn't the question. What I mean is, I'm not copying essay from anybody. What I mean is,
Okay.
like, for a particular course, there are a series of courses that makes up a particular course, right?
Screenshot.
Just like
Okay.
Caleb said, one what is it called, financial aid covers only one course, only one series in the what's it called course,
Yes.
right? My question is
So
that
this
essay you
screenshot
have
is
seven series
just
that
click on
makes
it.
it into
Open it.
course. So can I use the same essay I used for the first series, to get the financial aid for the first series for the second series, third series, and
The figures.
subsequently?
Okay, choose to screenshot everything.
Did you get the question? Hello?
Okay. Now, the I said the module of the course may require you to make different applications for different series. So if the first application you've made for the first series does not cover for the second, third, and fourth, you have to make separate applications for that. That is why we advise once you make an application, which takes up to 15 days for financial aid, once you make an application and your application gets approved on the 15th day, please apply for another course so that within 15 days you are able to complete for the first course. Then you can get a approval to start up the second course so that you don't need to wait for up to a month to complete two courses. Do you understand? So once you make an application, it takes 15 days for your application to get approved. Once it gets approved, apply for another one. So while you wait for the approval, you deal with the course. Okay, get your certificate and then move on to the next. Okay, so I believe that answers that. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. So, are there any other questions so that we'll take a second session?
Yes, sir.
We'll go through. Okay,
Yes, sir, Frank.
please
Thank
shoot.
you. Um, I want to ask this question. Can I go ahead?
Yes, Miss Anita, please hold on. Mr. Mark Johnson, just hold on a second, please. Captain, shoot so that we can move
All
on.
right, thank you. After completing, okay, after completing your course, the main certificate, because after completing my first course on that specialization, I went through some of the things on the site on my account. So they said that my certificate should be awarded to me on the next day January 20, either 25th or thereabout. So I'm asking, the certificate they want to award me, is it the main certificate that is shareable to my that can be shareable to any place I want to share it to or something? Is it the main certificate or what?
Yes, Thompson. Coursera certificates are recognized worldwide, and also it comes with a number. Every certificate comes with a number that is verifiable in their site. So as you put your certificate out there, the number will prove that yes, this certificate is not fake, it is verifiable. Do you understand? For example, if you are trying to display your certificate on LinkedIn, you will also put a number that once I click on your LinkedIn account and they check out the certificate, it drives me back to Coursera site to prove that yes, this certificate was indeed gotten from Coursera. There is no magic with the certificate. It is well verifiable. Yes, you can. So they give
Okay.
you a digital certificate. They give you a digital certificate. Then, if you want to maybe order for maybe the hard copy or something, I think the site will also direct you on how to go about it. But they send you a digital certificate to your email. Okay.
I'm talking about after completing the course, there was the one they sent to me that same day to my email. So I'm
Yes,
not.
that's a certificate. Yes, it is. It
Is it the
is.
main one? What about the one they said I will be awarded by next year, January 25th? Which one is it? A separate one? Is
Well,
it the more opaque one?
I think I will have to look at that
Um,
account and
Mr.
see
Mr.
the
Moderator,
difference. I think Mr. Keller, do you have anything to say about it?
yes, please permit me to react on that. Okay, I'll still use the UX design something we did just now. If you check that course very well, it has 7 series. Now, if you complete any course, for instance, if you complete course one, you'll be given a certificate for course one.
Yeah.
But since that course is a specialization course, for you to get the original certificate for the course carrying UI UX design from Google, you need to finish all the courses. So the
Okay.
certificate you just got was just for the first course. So it's when you finish all the courses that you'll be issued the certificate that will carry the name for UI UX design.
All right. All right. But if I don't want to finish the courses and I just want to do few of the courses specialization, I can. The certificate I earn from the courses is still authentic.
Yes, very valid. Very valid.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, Miss Anita, please could you go on with your question?
I don't get time again.
Miss Anita.
Okay, no.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. You're welcome.
I have two questions actually. The first one is courses for scholarship, that's the one you can apply for scholarship. How many? Is there a limited number we can try and for? And then you mentioned that there's a 15-day wait period for scholarship qualifiers. Yeah. Let's say for whatever reason, things happen and one can't complete the full course. Let's say, for example, the new exam course, complete the 7 courses as they go. Is there like is there a time limit to which one must complete the 7 courses? Or you can complete maybe the next month complete the second one or whatever reason. Those are my questions. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Keller, please react to the question quickly.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Coursera, basically all you need is data and time. Now, for a course of 4 weeks, if you have that time that you can, as in if you have the time, you're not doing anything, you can finish a course of 4 weeks within 2 days or 3 days, and your certificate will be given. And for the validity, it takes 15 days for each courses to be approved. And just like the moderator has said, the certificate you get from Coursera, you can share it everywhere. You can share it on your LinkedIn profile, on Facebook, on Twitter, and you can also attach that link to your CV so that anybody that wants to download the certificate, once they click on the link will take them directly to your profile on Coursera to verify that you did the course. It will show the date you finished the course, the grade you got, the university you did the course from. So that is how valid Coursera courses are and their certificate. So the time is just if you have that time, you can finish as many courses as you can. And for there is no limit for application for financial aid. But one thing with Coursera is there's a rule in Coursera that any financial aid you apply, you are supposed to finish the course. So you can apply for as many as you can, provided you can finish the course. So over to you, Mr. Moderator. All right. I think okay.
Mr. Caleb,
Yes.
please. Mr. Johnson, I know you have waiting for so long to air your thoughts. Please carry on.
No problem. Thank you very much, sir. My question goes to the application for financial aid. Yeah, if one applies for financial aid of one spirit, it's advisable to make reference to one applied and approved while applying for the second series. Does it give any advantage for approval? Hello?
Question? Yeah. Is that your question?
Yeah, and also the second one, is it possible for one to apply for two different courses within a space of time? Or does that count as a disadvantage?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mark Johnson. I think when applying for Coursera, you apply individually. Every course is individual. Okay. Sometimes it is a whole course. Sometimes it is split into sections and series. Okay. Just like one of our participants said that he has gotten the first series. He's now moving on to the next series. That he needs another, and we advise that he would need another application. Okay, so there's no point making reference as long as you use our model for application. Definitely, you will get a financial aid, no doubt about it. Okay, as long as you stick to our model and you get your essays right, the essays we've given you, you get it right. You change the whatever that needs to be changed. You get the course. Okay, and secondly, you can apply for as many courses as possible. You can apply for as many courses as long as you have the time to deal with them. Okay, so I believe that answers your question, Mr. Mark Johnson.
Very well, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Baba,
Yes.
do you have a question?
Yes.
Today,
Okay.
Yeah. My question goes to Mr. Caleb. From the presentation he just gave, he said on that box, that's the column for the amount, he told us to always click zero. So I want to know why it's zero. What if I decide to add a figure to it?
Okay. Why we do that is, remember you are applying for a financial aid. So the essence of the application is to prove that you are not in the best position to pay for these courses. Remember, these courses are paid for in dollars. Okay,
Okay.
so we are making an application in reference to say that we don't have money to purchase these courses. Therefore, we are applying for you to give it to us free of charge. So, since you're saying you don't have money to pay, would you then fill in $100 to
Oh,
pay?
as much. A lot of money.
Uh-huh. Yes. So that's why we put zero and we tell them we are students. It does not change anything in your certificate. It is still the same certificate. Whether you pay $1,000 or you pay $0, it is still the same certificate. So
Okay.
we've developed the hack. That is actually the hack that we keep teaching people how to
Okay.
get these certificate courses free of charge. That's why we are
Charge.
here today to tell you how to get it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank
So
you very much.
there's no problem. Thank you. Mr. Peter, I hope we answered your question satisfactorily.
Uh,
Okay. Mr. Keller, please,
Sorry, sir. I
you
have
have
a
the
question.
floor.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Paul, you're welcome, sir.
Yes, please, just a follow-up question to what Samuel have said. Please, my own is in place of that student, and should we still use that student? Because that's where I found some difficulties. And also, they say attachment of a school certificate to the application. Yes. So I don't know how to go about that.
Okay. Mr. Caleb, can you please react to Mr. Paul's question?
All right. Thank you very much. I think I'll need to react to three questions. First, from Mr. Mark Johnson. His voice was not really audible, so I don't think you got what he was saying correctly. Now, what he was saying was, if you are to do a specialization that has 7 series, can you make reference to a particular series if you've done it? As in, if you are done with course one and you want to go to course two, can you make reference to course two in your financial aid? Just like Mr. Franklin said, it is not compulsory. However, it is wise that when you are going to the second series, you can just tell them to just change to twist your financial aid. You can just tell them, oh, your name is so so and so, that you just finished course one of this specialization and you want to go to the course two. And why you're applying for the financial aid is for you to get more understanding from the course since you finished course one. So you can just be making reference to that to just twist your financial aid. So it's either you twist it or you don't twist it. It does not have any effect on your financial aid. And for Mr. Baba, now I think I said you can either use zero or you can use any figure, depending on how you can convince them. These are white men. They really understand Africa. They understand that things are not really good with Africans. So if you tell them you earn $100 a year, it's now up to you to convince them that, oh, this $100 I'm earning is not enough for me to cater for my family and also pay for courses online. But the AC we are sending only capture that, oh, you are earning $0, so and you can't afford to pay for the course because you are earning $0 annually. So it's going to be more of a work for you if you say you are earning $100. So you need to start writing your AC yourself. So it all depends on how you can convince them. So and for Mr. Paul, I think I'll still need to show everybody when I get there. I think there you have students, unemployed, part-time, I don't know. So it depends on anyone you select. It does not have any effect on your application. If you're a student, just tell them you're a student. If you're unemployed, tell them you're unemployed. It does not have any effect on your application. So that is it. So Mr. Franklin, over to you so that we can show before our time elapses. Thank you.
Okay. Since in the absence of any more questions, why don't we go over the session again? So please, those that came late, pay close attention so that we can at least achieve it this second time. We'll be ready to share a screen. Mr. Caleb, please carry on.
All right, thank you very much. So I'll quickly share my screen again. Yes, please, can you all see my screen?
Yes, you can see it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Yes, can
okay,
see it.
okay. So just like I said Coursera has
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
okay. So just like I said, Coursera has for you can get the application from Play Store, and you can also get the you can also use your browser. So I've always advised that if you are using your browser, please make use of Chrome or Firefox because these applications are very powerful. So all you need to do is just to Google Coursera. So for those that are new, just Google Coursera. Yes, this is what I'm saying. So when you Google Coursera, it will take you to this interface. So you can see a lot about Coursera. So just look out for the website. Look out for the website of Coursera. So you now click on the website of Coursera. I think I'm still searching. Oh. Sorry about that. Let me go back. Yes, so you now click on www.coursera.org. Yes, so after clicking on that, it will take you to this interface where you can join for free. So you now click on join for free. My network is a bit slow, but yes. So after clicking on join for free, it will present you these three options where you can either join with your full name, your email address and password, or you continue with Google or with Facebook. So just like I said the first time, if the name on your Google is your full name as in italics with the name on all your credentials, I would advise you use Google. But if the name on your Google does not tally with the name on your credentials, that means your certificate, please impute your full name here, your email address, and your password. Because any name you use here is what will appear on your certificate. So I've always used Google. So I'll just click on continue with Google. Yes, so I'll select the account. Yes, so this is the home page of Coursera. So if you look at the cursor very well, you can see that I'm cycling something. This is the search icon. And this space is where you can search for any course you want to do on Coursera. So the floor is still open for someone to come up with the name of a course so that we can search how we can get financial aid for the course. So the floor is open.
Public health. Public health.
Okay, public health. Public health.
Let's go back.
Huh? Please, you can mute yourself if you are not talking, please. You are not talking. Now, it's still loading. However, you must know that some names are very bogus for Coursera. So you must try as much as possible to narrow the name. Now, if you check for public health, you can see that we have epidemiology in public health practice. We also have infectious disease transmission model for decision makers, and we also have foundations of public health practice. Now, I think the person that
Let's go for foundation on public health,
okay,
Francis.
okay, foundation. Okay, just that note that for foundation for public health, it's only 421 participants that have taken the course. But for epidemiology, we have about 3.8K. So it all depends on the one you want. So we'll go for foundation. And yeah, I forgot to say something. If you check very well, you can see beginner, specialization 3 to 6 months. This simply means that this course is a specialization course, and it will take you originally 6 months to finish the course. But if you have the time, you can finish a 6 month course in 2 weeks or 2 months. Now, if you check this one, you see that is a beginner course, and it's only 1 to 4 weeks. But for the one you are also asking for is a specialization course. It takes 3 to 6 months. So we'll just click on foundations to public health. Now, yes, this is it. I think it will still load. However, if you come to the homepage of any course, please always look out for where it is written financial aid available. 99% of courses on Coursera have financial aid, but not all of them. So for this course, there is financial aid for this course. So all you need to do is just to click on financial aid available. Yes. Yes, it's still loading. Yes. 15 days for application to be reviewed. And this course is 4 course series. So you just have 4 courses under foundation of public health practice. So you click on continue to the application. Yes, so the original price of this course is $49. So, but for the benefit of this class, if you apply financial aid, you are taking it for free. So, to really answer questions I was asked, so if you're applying for financial aid for course one, it only covers for course one. If you want to go to course two, you must apply for a financial aid afresh. So for Mr. Mark Johnson, take for instance, you finished course one, which is Foundation of Public Health Practice, the public health approach. So when applying for course two, you can just make reference in your essay that, oh, you just finished course one, that is the public health approach, and you want to continue the course. So you wish that they grant you the financial aid for you to get more understanding after finishing course one. So it's just for you to just make little reference and you're good to go. So you now apply for, you click on course one. So you click next. Yes, so here you have some things you need to answer. So education, note that anything you select here does not affect your application. College degree simply means BSc degree. So for people in this category, you can select college degree. For people in master's category, you can select master's. However, you can still select high school, some college. It does not affect your application or your certificate. Now, for annual income, if you feel you can convince them that, oh, you are earning $100, however, the $100 you are earning can't afford your course on Coursera. If you can convince them, you are good to go. But if you don't have the luxury of time to convince them, I would advise you go for either zero, or you can tell them you are earning 35. So in your application, you can just tell them, oh, I'm earning $35 annually. However, you are still a student, and the $35 cannot cater for your education and also pay for an online course. So it all depends on how you can convince them in the essay. So for employment status, either full-time, part-time, unemployed student, it doesn't matter. However, note that if you are fully employed, you cannot tell them your annual income is zero. So this is where you really need to do some work. If you tell them you are a full-time, you are working full-time, you need to tell them how much you are earning annually and must be able to convince them. So for people that will be using either zero or low amount, you can either select unemployed or students. So you are good to go there. Then reason you applied for aid. So the essay we are going to send contains this question. So all you need to do is just to edit it. edit it to your story, edit some peculiarities about it, and you're good to go. And make sure it's 150 words. Anything less than 150 words, it won't, Coursera won't click. The next button will not appear. So how much can you pay for your selected course? Our advice you still put zero. However, if you can pay anything, you can select it that you can pay $5. Note that if you tell them you can pay any amount, you need to be paying them monthly. So that is just something Coursera for you. So how will your selected course help with your goals? Still 150 words. So the essay contains all these answers. Note that this $49 is for course one. So if you are going for course two and you are not applying for financial aid, you are still paying another $49. So that is how helpful this financial aid is. So by applying for financial aid, it simply means you are getting the course, you are doing the course free of charge, and you are getting your certificate. So you now click on these two things. Look at what you are clicking. I'm sharing accurate information on my application. I commit to finishing my Coursera course. So these are terms and conditions you are filling. So please, if you are applying for any financial aid, please ensure you finish those courses on Coursera. For me, I have plenty courses to finish. So I would advise that you apply little by little because finishing courses on Coursera at times can be difficult. However, if you give it your time, you finish. Coursera is a very good platform. So you now click on I'm not a robot. Yes, you now select some things here which you are not going to select. So after clicking on that, so you this review icon is supposed to change to blue where you can review, then you submit your application, then you wait for 15 days. At the end of the 15th day, your course will be approved. Then you are good to go. So just like we said, their certificates are valid. You can share them on your LinkedIn profile. You can share them on the option of certifications you've gotten on LinkedIn. You can share it there. You can also attach that link to your CV where any person can just click and it will take them directly to your profile on Coursera, telling them the date you finished the course, the grade you got, and the university you did the course from. So that is it on how to apply for financial aid. So it has been an elaborate class. So the floor is still open for question and answers. So over to you,